ever pictured yourself in front of a classroom? Well, right now is a great time to take advantage of an opportunity to get there. We have Clark Galloway of EDUStaff back with us today to talk about opportunities for people to step into the classroom. You were with us in the fall before a job fair. Tell us about it.
We sure were, and thank you for the opportunity to be back here today. We did have a job fair in the fall, and we had this job fair at the Kent ISD, and it really, the net effect of even having this program identifying the information from last fall, we had 100 people show up. And so with the needs that we have within EDUStaff, including 10 or 12 school districts that showed up with open positions, we had pretty significant success in placing those people who walked into the job fair.
Okay, so tell us about EDUStaff. What kinds of people, are these substitute teaching positions or some kind of employment position within a school that's needed on a day-by-day or temporary basis?
We are primarily substitute teachers. I would say 70 to 80% would be substitutes for classroom positions. We are also supplying other positions for school districts like child care division services or custodial services, food service positions. Every position has turnover, and then we supply the substitute teacher positions for these groups, and typically the school districts will hire these people right out from underneath us for full-time employment within the school district.
Yeah, that is a great opportunity for people who may be at home today looking for a job or thinking about it. Who is the best applicant or person to consider maybe an opportunity with EDUStaff?
Well, obviously the first thing we're looking for are certified teachers looking for positions. The next group of people we'd be looking for would be college graduates or people who are in college with education looking to finish up and getting their teaching certificate. And then there's several other groups of people that might be interested in being a substitute teacher. These could be people who are looking for a job to work, who may have the skills, who have a heart for children, who are willing to serve in their local community. It may be a stay-at-home mom, someone who is maybe taught in maybe in their church service or has done some nonprofit work for their local community. These are the types of people that we are finding that are coming back into the substitute teacher pool and working with students.
Yeah, all those people that you think about it at some point in your life, maybe it's either professionally or personally, you're a Sunday school teacher, you're a catechism teacher, maybe you're a Girl Scout leader. Those kinds of skills translate into teaching.
They do, and those skills, they can be innate skills or just simply a heart for children. You know, we do a lot of training with our substitutes, and it's primarily learning how to manage a classroom, maintaining the control of students, and then taking the information that a teacher has left for them to instruct the students that day.
So talk to us about the process. How does it all start? And I guess most importantly, maybe for somebody at home, what's that training piece like? Because someone may not have those skills in front of a classroom. You talked about classroom management. You have to learn that.
Well, there are several steps. The first step is to simply go to our website, which is EDUStaff, EDUStaff.org, and click on Start Application. And as a part of the application process, there would be several training modules of everything that someone would need to know that's both the state mandated as well as what districts and schools require for people to be in the classroom. And once these modules are completed, then at that point they'd print off their application. They would select a classroom training session that we would have at the local intermediate or at a school district, and then we would spend several hours with them prior to cutting them loose to be in the classroom.
This is a real win-win. It's got to be just serving a great need for these local school districts and municipalities.
You know, it is. When we talk about the needs of school districts, I mean, we are measured by our client, which is the school district, by how many positions we fill. And we could fill 93, 95%, but it's the 5% of the people who we can't fill that's causing the issues or the concerns in the classroom. So when you compare what's happened last year to this year, we have raised the fill rates from 88% to 92% year to date comparing this year to last year. And this is in a descending market where it's even more difficult to find people to work.
Yeah, because more and more people have jobs.
Yes, and so what we're doing is working.
And so for people who may be sitting on the sidelines, you have some great opportunities coming up over the next several weeks for people to stop by one of these job fairs and really get a chance to interact with you personally.
We do. And these job fairs are not just for positions that we're offering within EDUStaff, but we invite all the local school districts to bring their open positions as they as well have turnover in their full-time positions at the school districts.
Yeah, important time of the year too, because you think about, you know, staff may have sick time, they have vacation time, other kinds of opportunity needs when they need to be away, and these school districts have sometimes immediate temporary needs and sometimes maybe even a little more long-term needs.
Yep, the springtime brings the challenges for fill rates for school districts. And these are the times that we need substitutes who are willing to serve in our local public schools. And so we would call this the last push of this school year, looking for candidates who are willing to work as a substitute teacher. And a lot of them will carry it over into the next year. We lose about a third of our substitute teachers on an annual basis to direct employment to school districts.
And so let's talk about the commitment of an individual. What if it's somebody who may take a few months out of the year to go to Florida, or you may have some vacation time coming up? Can you mark yourself off of being called in for those days?
The biggest key about this position is flexibility. So people can actively manage a calendar. They can turn on and turn off dates that they want to be available to work. They can identify specifically the school districts they want to work in. They might say, hey, I'm more like a grandma and I want to work in an elementary school, and identify those locations. And then let's say if someone's working on another job on Tuesdays and Thursdays, they can actively manage their calendar so they're not seeing these positions, they're not being bothered by these positions. And we are calling people. We're using the internet to get hold of people. We have apps that are on smartphones. We send emails to people. They can look on the internet. A lot of times people get pulled over on the side of a hallway in a school district and say, will you come work with us tomorrow? So there's several venues or ways to get into the classroom.
Yeah, and it is an opportunity. The job fairs are a great starting point, but also EDUStaff.org. If maybe you have somebody in your life who's graduating from college or maybe into the employment field, even into the next school year, a great opportunity to start.
Yep, that's where it all starts, at EDUStaff.org.
Thanks so much, Clark. Great information, a great opportunity.
My pleasure, thank you.
And stay right there. 8 West continues in just a few minutes, so don't go away.
This is 8 West.